Inside 2004, through an act of parliament, the Human Rights Commission bin come into existence. This bin come as a result of one of the recommendation them from the Truth and Reconciliation Commission wey bin find out say some Salone people them been taught gonna bush for fight the war because of different state authority them been they deny them basic human rights them. And the TRC been recommend under recommendation 98 say the Human Rights Commission for be watchman and road for make people able access the human rights them. Recommendation 99 been same way so say the commission forgets power for amend human rights violation them with the responsibility for protect and promote human rights.
The Human Rights Commission came into existence in 2004 and it got a very broad mandate when for protect and promote human rights them. And apart from the broad mandate, the commission also gets virtually 9 functions them, where one of the key functions get for do with where they receive complaints and we also they inquire into. Now what to inquire into mean? It actually means in Lexef we see people that get cases of human rights in office and carry the commission. But if we as a commission find out say this thing when it happen, it get the potential to affect the enjoyment of rights, and we will investigate it around. Then again, the commission also get the opportunity, the role for make sure that all doors are open for people and for come their complaints individually and as a group. And then secondly, we got a very big role also for raise awareness. Because we get a lot of people that they talk say, me no sabi me right. So we do a lot of awareness raising on human rights issues. And at the same time, we also talk about people's responsibility. Because we don't get situation at this country where they talk about, but I give me human rights, but it also not they talk about your responsibility.
Wetin human rights activists them think about the status of human rights na Salone?
I think we don't come a long way as a nation, and for the very fact say we now see since the war end officially in 2002 another return of political anarchy, instability, war or military overthrown the democratic government. I think that they speak to the fact say Sierra Leone they really grow in terms of adherence to democratic tenets and even compliance to human rights dictates where we don't sign in many international and regional frameworks. And of course, in 2004 they established the Human Rights Commission, and the Human Rights Commission said don't they take the lead for advance the culture for respect for human rights and the nation. And many CSOs, the country at large, citizens, they all now don't the awareness about rights don't become something very interesting. Now any small citizen where you do 20%, it will tell you something, but no can abuse or violate me fundamental human rights. So that is a good news for Sierra Leone.
The Human Rights Commission get responsibility as a national commission, for promote, protect human rights and hold government accountable for the state obligation on human rights issue. And in their annual report, advise government, make recommendations, let government improve on the human rights effort and human rights work, in the country. But for far too long, we still say the Human Rights Commission, they make several reports them, and make recommendations. But yet still we see the government know they act to that. And my concern for with the civil society organizations. Because the Human Rights Commission and the National Human Rights Body, they're not the statutory body. We're not just the advocacy human rights organizations. So like we and the Human Rights Commission will work for complement effort, but there are things that we they say the Human Rights Commission don't go say because they're a national human rights body.
So how the Human Rights Commission don't they go about for make sure say they carry on with their work for make people know about their rights and same way so defend them where they get human rights issue them?
You get duty bearers when are the one that will occupy strategic positions. You understand? For example, the government, then are the duty bearers for make sure say human rights are respected, protected, and fulfilled. You understand? Then we the national as the rights holder. So when you talk about raising awareness, you don't just raise awareness for ordinary people. we dey raise awareness for everybody because the information we provide, na everybody is supposed to get am. Because if you go back to the Universal Declaration for Human Rights, Article 19, it talk about access to information. That get for deal with everybody, not to just specific group of people. We want to make it now clear, say we open the doors of the Human Rights Commission to everyone for bringing and complaints them. Then the commission also gets office we established in Waterloo. We also get the Bo. We don't get na Kenema. We get na McKinney. And as of tomorrow, so when they do the official opening of we new office na Potiloko, that's what they go do. And when you get the such complaints, you dey kind of the Directorate of Complaints, Investigations and Legal Services, and we go handle that. We recent reports that we don't pull, it actually documents all the success stories of our complaints. Then the complaints we go bring at the commission were not admissible because we get two types of complaints: admissible and inadmissible complaints. You get for know say the commission they work within a certain jurisdiction, and we know they go out of a jurisdiction. But we don't set up a very strong referral partnership where really effective. Looking at it from the point of view that, for example, if you bring a case of murder to the commission, we know they deal with that, but we go refer you who side they will appropriately deal with that. But as a commission, because of a monitoring role, we go now go to the appropriate authority and be asking questions. Waiting would I don't do in relation to this case will present, and we don't get a lot of positive responses coming out of that.
Although plenty people still dey find am difficult for know wetin are the human rights, e clear back say plenty people don dey use different means them, either from the Human Rights Commission or other civil society organization them, for fight for the human rights. With support from MRCG and ATJLF for Bla TV online daily salon issues, Mina Aisha Kamara dey report.